Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Julie McLaughlin with Fearless Chiropractor, and I am here today with the thanks of ChiroSecure. We're going to be talking about your HIPAA compliance officer that you choose in your office, what their responsibilities are, what their roles are, and why it's important to have one. So I have some slides that I'm going to share with you now. So again, thank you, ChiroSecure, for always giving us these really great educational webinars, not only here on HIPAA, but for every other topic. If you haven't checked them out, be sure to check them out. They're on YouTube and Facebook, everywhere, because they're really, really beneficial, and they're from people who are in the profession who know what are going on. So today we're going to talk about who's leading the charge in your office. Who is your compliance officer, your HIPAA compliance officer, and what are their responsibilities, right? We're here to help you protect your practice and empower your team, but so is your HIPAA compliance officer. So I want to make sure you have one and that they're doing the things that need to be done to help you maintain compliance. So why am I even on here talking? I know you've seen me doing things on functional medicine and empowering women and all kinds of different things, but I teamed up with my partner, Dr. Perry Barnhill, and after years and years of practice, we decided we need to help our friends. We need to help our friends in the profession to make sure no one's getting whacked from HIPAA, from the feds, because this stuff is serious. It's a real thing. And none of us went to school for this. Nobody, as chiropractors, we didn't even have business schools, so let alone HIPAA training. And it changes. It changes on a daily basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis. It changes one thing and it changes back. So we're here to help you stay compliant and up to date. So compliance isn't a checklist, it's a commitment. It really is. I know you download our checklist, but if you're not doing what you need to do, then you're not going to be compliant. So you need to commit to being compliant in your office, and you need to commit to having a HIPAA compliance officer that you choose in your office to help you with that commitment. Because the truth is, the HIPAA fines can exceed millions of dollars per year for violations. 80% of the penalties lack from oversight. We don't want you to have that. So if you can prevent 80% of the penalties by having oversight, by having a good HIPAA compliance officer, I want you to do that, right? That's a super important thing, because without leadership, everyone assumes someone else is handling it. And the truth of the matter is, when you do that and you don't specifically appoint someone, no one's handling it, because they think, oh, that person over there is handling it. That person over there is handling it. It's not my job. And that's not going to work. So the OCR shows that over 60% of small healthcare providers identify HIPAA compliance as a major challenge. Well, that's no surprise to us. It is a major challenge, right? It's a major challenge just to be able to even start your HIPAA manual, start being HIPAA compliant, let alone keeping up with the things that you need to do on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis when it comes for HIPAA. So your core purpose of your HIPAA compliance officer is that they're the guardian of your patient's trust, right? They are going to ensure that your patients trust your office to keep their information safe. They're going to ensure that your privacy and your security rules are followed, because that's what's going to make you compliant. They're going to build real world systems to protect your PHI, monthly HIPAA training for your team to stay compliant, because if they're the only one in the office that knows what's going on and you don't train the rest of your team, I promise you, they're going to inadvertently expose PHI and confidential information, not even knowingly. So you have to keep people educated and trained. They're also going to serve as a point of contact for all things HIPAA. God forbid, knock on wood, that you got audited or you had a breach. And who are they going to contact? They are going to contact that HIPAA compliance officer, because they're going to be up on everything that you have done and you need to do. So their key responsibilities are they're going to develop and maintain policies and procedures for you. They're going to conduct annual and regular risk assessments. This is a huge one. This is one of the first things when the feds are coming in. They want to see your risk assessments and your security risk assessments and the things that you've done to maintain that security of the PHI. They're going to oversee that monthly employee training and documentation, manage breach investigations and incidences and response. We all think these breaches aren't going to happen to us, but I can tell you after talking to lots and lots of docs in this profession, it does happen to us. Um, the compliance officer is going to maintain audit logs and compliance records, just like our notes. If you don't write it down, it didn't happen. You could see patients all day long, but if you don't have notes and records to record what you did, you're not going to be able to bill. You're going to be in big trouble if you had malpractice, and you're not going to be able to get covered by insurance. That's the same thing with this. Even if you're doing everything right with HIPAA, but you don't write it down and log it, that you've done it and what you've done and what you've corrected and what you need to correct, it doesn't exist. In the feds, they don't care. Ignorance is no excuse for them, just like with taxes. So we want you to have a person that has a leadership mindset. It's not about policing, it's about leading people. Lead by influence and knowledge, not fear. Teach them what they need to do. Make it fun. Make it like a little game. You know, what are the 18 types of PHI? And have everybody write it down, see who can get the most or who can get all of them. And then the ones they miss, make sure that they know. Communicate clearly and consistently with patients and the team. When patients have questions about privacy and HIPAA, you want somebody who can really communicate that with them so they feel comfortable and confident in your office. And someone who's going to step up and correct a risk that they find when one's identified. You don't want somebody who's just going to say everything's rosy, everything's peachy. We want somebody who's going to really find the weak spots and fix them for you. If you don't even know where to start, if your HIPAA compliance officer doesn't even know where to start, this is a good place. It's the HIPAA risk score. It's free, it's 10 questions. You are the only one who sees the results. And it just gives you a good starting point. Here's the QR code, and you can also go to it at HIPAAriskscore.com. Remember, HIPAA has 2 A's, not 2 P's. And you want to go ahead and take it, and it will give you an idea where you are, a grade letter from A to F of how well are you doing with your HIPAA in your office, and where do you need to focus and work on. But where most offices slip up, I can tell you, by assigning someone as their compliance officer by default, like, well, it's my office manager's job because their job is everything in the office, right? But they've never been trained to do it, or they don't even know how to do it or what HIPAA is. And sometimes they'll feel like, I'm doing a job that it's not my job description, or I'm not getting paid for. So you want to make sure whoever you choose, that it is in their job description. They are being compensated to do that. You don't want to give someone a manual that hasn't been updated in years and expect them to become current and compliant all of a sudden, because those things change rapidly. You want someone who's able to have access to all the current things that they need to be able to do, not things that are years old. Training that happens once a year and it's quickly forgotten. So maybe you train once a year and then it's over. You check that box. Also, remember, we just talked about this, no audit trail. If you're not documenting it to prove that you're compliant, it's not happening. So these are some tools that will make your compliance more manageable. Definitely reach out to us if you have any issues and you need help, because we do have a Fearless Chiropractor solution. I want you to make sure your policy and procedure manuals are editable, because they do change. You need to update them, change them, revise them. You want a step-by-step risk assessment template that you go through all the different items and you assess your practice for those risks. You also want to have monthly HIPAA training for your staff. You need to keep them up to date on what they need to do, and then you need to record it in your audit logs. You need to make sure that it's written down, everything that you do to stay compliant, and you go through those checklists. You also want to have ongoing support, someplace that you can have support, regular updates and regulation change, so you know when things change and what you need to do in your HIPAA compliance manual in order to stay up to date. So if you need some help, you're ready to strengthen your HIPAA plan, we're here for you. Take that free HIPAA score quiz. You can schedule a demo with us and see how the Fearless Chiropractor works to support your team. And you can join our program if you're interested. If you just have questions and you want to reach out, just know you're not alone. Please know you're not alone. You can email us at info@betterhipaablueprint.com. And you can also check out our website at betterhipaablueprint.com. And if you would like to schedule a demo, here's a QR code. It takes 15 minutes. We'll go through everything. We'll answer your questions, whatever it is that you're struggling with or your compliance officer is struggling with, things that you need help with getting started. And that site's go.fearlessprovider.com/demo. And that's it for today at Fearless Chiropractor. And again, I would like to thank ChiroSecure for being so awesome and sponsoring these programs and helping us all become more educated in the things we need to do in practice. I'll see you next time.